What's going on, guys? Over here at the house, still tearing this truck down. Um, Turned around and got the intake off of it and started taking the valve cover off. And man, I walked into a hornet's nest of bullshit. So, anyways, as in the first video, we're talking about, the low oil issues and everything else. And like I said, when he first bought this truck, it had 130,000 on it. He's only put 15,000 on it, if that, since he's had it. And it's messed up. So anyway, I've already started taking part of it apart in the previous video. Went ahead and spin this around. Got the intake off, rest of the hoses and stuff. And I was like, usually in the truck and stuff, I try to get as much room as I can, so I'll sit there and pull out the coil packs and the valve covers and shit. And I got all the wiring out of the way now. And but like I said, I went and pulled the valve cover off, and this motor is nasty, man. Nasty as hell. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin the phone back around. That's just the valve cover on the passenger side. I mean, this thing is just like all caked to hell and back. And if you look over here in the rocker assembly in the head, I mean, it's just junk, man. It's so gooed up. Someone did not take care of this motor at all. Not at all. And look down in the head ports. I mean, it's nasty. So anyway, I called my neighbor up, had him come over. We talked about it. And I think probably where the oil issue is the oil pressure. I almost guarantee that the bottom of the screen of this thing is probably clogged slap up. With all the gunk in this thing, it's not circulating. As a matter of fact, one of the oil ports on the intake is clogged up all the way. That one's open. But this motor's had a hard life if it's the original motor. I'll find out more on that one when I pull it out and I run the numbers off the side of it. And so we discussed, we're going to go ahead and do a full, complete rebuild on this thing. It's going to get new cam, new lifters, MDS delete. So basically, we're going to do a full rebuild on this thing. So I'm going to hold off until this weekend before I pull this motor out. It's to the point now to where basically the only thing that's left is unbolt everything underneath and it's ready to pull. But I'll have Ethan help me with that. And but I feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's a blessing. If I just would have went in and just changed the oil pump without even looking at the rest of this stuff, it wouldn't have mattered. And would have been right back in it again. So anyway, like I said, it's going to get new cam, new lifters, new timing chain, new bearings, new rings, new valve seals. I mean, the whole thing. We're going to do a rebuild. As far as the motors or the block itself, I won't know until I get into it. As long as there's still cross hatching going on in the block and it's a standard board, I'm just going to go back with standard piston rings and just rebuild it, refreshen it up, clean all the gunk out of it. And hell, just cleaning this block and the heads and everything is going to be a nightmare. A lot of soaking time. And but that's where we're at with it right now. And like I said, man, it's just a mess. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen a motor that gunked up. And dude, and a lot of that is just maintenance, man. Just maintenance. Not doing oil changes like you're supposed to. I mean, it's all down in the intake. Get this over here. You can see all the crud down in there. I mean, it's just, it's all gunked up. I guarantee you, the PCV system is probably clogged up as well. So he's willing to rebuild this thing. You know, I told him we came to agreement was going to run in parts and everything, and me doing it. He's all for it. The rest of the truck itself is solid, and he does use it as a work truck for his business. And but yeah, I mean, this happens sometimes, man. You buy a used vehicle, you know, and someone doesn't do their maintenance history right on it. Sometimes you get off good, sometimes you don't, and this is one of these deals. You know, like I told him, I said, man, this thing's so clogged up, it wasn't far from blowing up. And but other than that, guys, that's the update on this. Like I said, I'm gonna wait until this weekend and have Eden help me pull the rest of the motor out, and then once we get it out on the engine stand, I'll do another video of tearing it down and opening this thing up and just see how gunked up this bottom end of this motor is. And I'm almost willing to bet you that screen is probably half clogged up, if not all the way clogged up. And so we'll take it from there. So other than that, guys, I'm going in the house. I'm calling it a night. And I hope you all have a good one. And I'll see you down the road.